Soon the whole world will know my name, the J. Roos theory. Make sure and subscribe. Didn't see the Tank Davis fight tonight, but there was a lot of controversy. A lot of people thought that Cruz won the fight. I heard, I watched some of Andrew Tucker's live stream, even got on there at the end. And there was a guy that was on there, I forget his name, but he was saying that Cruz's punches weren't effective and that Tank was not hurt by any of them. And Andrew was like, yeah, but he was getting hit. So it kind of sounds like a lot of people think Cruz won the fight, and it was a majority decision, unanimous decision for Tank Davis. And it seems like, from what I'm hearing, I have to go watch it myself, but from what I'm hearing, it sounds like it should have been a split decision at best, not a unanimous decision. I wondered if Tank fighting a shorter guy would be a problem because, usually he's the shorter guy, so, your punches are coming in at a different angle. But, usually when you're punching down, you can pick up more steam than punching up. So, I don't know. Cruz just maybe takes a good shot. Maybe he was just more focused than Tank. Maybe Tank, remember, he's supposed to fight somebody else. Maybe that had an effect on his mind. I tell you how much boxing is mental, not just physical. In fact, it's more mental. I mean, taking a punch is really more mental than physical. Another topic, I did videos on that. But if you guys saw the fight, tell me how you think it went. Tell me if you think that Cruz got robbed. Do you think that Tank Davis won the fight? Do you think that they should run it back? Just give me your thoughts. And I forgot to mention, well, I didn't know actually till I just happened to see it, that the son of Tommy Morrison fought on the undercard of the Michael Hunter Forrest fight, and he got knocked out in the first round. And it's a trip how much he looks like his dad, Tommy Morrison. The son's name is Trey Lipe Morrison, and he's a big guy, but it's interesting, right, when the announcers were saying that he was in control of the fight, he got knocked down like a split second after, and it started to get ugly. It kind of reminded me of Tommy Morrison versus Ray Mercer. If you saw that, I'm gonna warn you, it's pretty intense, and this looks like that could have turned into that because he was on the ropes. He felt awkward too, how his arm landed. He got up, wasn't on steady legs, and I think it was a great stoppage. Tommy Morrison has another son that fights by the name of Kinsey Morrison, and he looks a lot like his dad, his fighting style. Maybe he should, I believe he had a fight around 2 months ago, but I want to see him fight somebody like Hasim Rockman Jr., step up the competition, see where he's at, see where his chin's at. I believe he's undefeated. One of the sons has 18 wins or 19 wins. I forget the records. I tried to look them up, but I don't quite remember. But if you know anything about Tommy Morrison, was in Rocky V, had a tremendous left hook, fought Lennox Lewis, got stopped. But Tommy Morrison was a tough guy. In fact, Ray Mercer said that was the hardest he had been hit, I believe, was by Tommy Morrison, and he fought Lennox Lewis. So Tommy Morrison was a great fighter. I hope his sons, if they're going to keep boxing, just learn from your mistakes, get some new trainers. People are so quick to write it off like, oh, he's not cut out for this sport. He's still learning. I don't care what his age is. Let the man develop. He can get a new trainer. He can change his style. Stop writing people off. Tom Brady loses a football game. You don't say, oh, well, he's not going to the playoffs. No matter how many games Tom Brady loses, you always see him in the playoffs and probably the Super Bowl, winning it most of the time. So that's what's going on in boxing. What else is happening? We had the Michael Hunter fight versus Jerry Forrest. We talked about that on my last video. That was a draw. Michael Hunter seems to be nose diving right now in the heavyweight rankings, and by the way, how is Wilder ranked #1 by the WBC after getting knocked out twice by Tyson Fury? How does that work? Go figure. WBC used to be the most prestigious belt back in the day, but now it's kind of shady to say the best, to say the least, I should say. But Tank Davis fight, like I said, I gotta go check that out. Let me know what you guys thought. Do you think that Cruz won? Do you think that Tank Davis won? Do you think the judging was fair? Just how did it play out? I saw at the weigh-in that they had a stare down and Tank Davis turned away first and started flexing, and then Cruz turned and bumped him, and then Tank Davis shoved him. But I always say you're giving the other guy a mental edge if you turn away first, if you look down. That could have been the difference in the fight right there. Dude's like, oh, he can't even look at me. It was a long stare down, and dude was like, I'm not turning around. Tyson Fury did the same thing to Deontay Wilder in the third fight. He didn't turn around first. All these things matter. That's why they do them. They matter. It shows the opponent if you're afraid. It shows the audience what's up. You know, it matters. So that's what's going on. December 18th, we got Chisora versus Parker 2. I think it'll be like the first fight. I think Chisora will land the harder shots and then Parker outwork him. I just don't see Parker having the instinct to finish somebody, you know. I don't see him as an elite fighter. He gave Joshua some problems, but then Joshua won the fight. But Parker just, you know, he's a nice guy. You got to know how to turn off the niceness when you're in the ring. It's cool. It's great to be nice outside the ring, but when you get in the ring, you got to know how to finish your opponent. So let me know what you guys think. A lot going on in the boxing world. I like when it's like that. And make sure you subscribe and be fearless. Yay, yay.